Welcome back to your favorite movie review channel. Stay in tune, stay connected to everything cinema, Mann Cinema Reviews, that is, with its lovely host, Peter Mann. That's me. Sup, yeah? It's your boy, back at it again with a brand new review from the latest, from Darren Aronofsky, The Whale, the long-awaited Brendan Fraser starring film that everybody's talking about as far as his performance goes. But how does the movie fare? Well, I'm here to answer that. But before we do that, go ahead and press like, subscribe, and be sure to hit the notification bell as well to notify you of everything and all reviews to this channel. Thank you very much for choosing Mann Cinema Reviews. The film details a reclusive, morbidly obese English teacher named Charlie who is reaching out to his estranged teenage daughter to reconnect and reestablish a relationship with her. So, as we know that this is the Brendan Fraser vehicle, Darren Aronofsky is directing. We haven't seen a Darren Aronofsky film since Mother, the very polarizing film. And this also has become very polarizing. But what has been a standout in most reviews that I've seen is Brendan Fraser's performance as Charlie. Now, this is a very deeply flawed, troubled individual. Morbidly obese, 300 pounds plus man who is stuck in his apartment and only gets visitors from a nurse named Liz, who is a close friend and has a connection to his past. Monitors him, comes in and helps him, assist him, basically feeds into his vices, delivering him food, but also checks on his well-being. We also have a visitor in the form of a missionary named Thomas, played by Simpkins. We also have Sadie, Ellie, his estranged daughter, and that's pretty much it. Now, it is kind of a bottled film. It only takes place in the apartment for the most part, but Charlie is dealing with a heavy loss of someone that he loved dearly, and because of this loss, he has let himself go, being morbidly obese. And the performance by Brendan Fraser is just a powerful juggernaut behemoth of a performance. Brendan Fraser was born to play this role. I thought this was a spellbinding film that really has to have deeper connections, and it's definitely just centers on human emotions. Darren Aronofsky, for a cold but bold filmmaker, usually does not get too emotionally attached. His films are very dark, very morbid, very explosive. He really likes to, attack at the jugular. And Darren Aronofsky is not really one for emotions, but there has been films like The Wrestler. And again, that film gained praise, did a service to its star, and I don't know why that film has been, more accepted film, and The Whale is getting very polarizing views, and I don't get that. I think that this is an emotionally enthralling film. I came at it as a father. I came at it as a human being, and I think that Darren Aronofsky and the writer really connect to the human condition. When a film can do that so powerfully and do it so concise and straight to the point, but being enthralling, being emotionally involved, I really got invested in this film. This film really got to me, got to my emotions. Definitely, I could say that maybe a drawback is that it does feel a little stagey. It does feel like it is being spoon-fed to you, literally, giving you all the emotional cues, and that may be cheating. It may feel like the filmmakers and the writers are cheating in trying to give you that emotional reaction. But if you are in it like I was, I thought this was a deeply emotionally enthralling film. I thought the performances, nobody here is being underused. The entire cast and crew are phenomenal. I thought that the score was great. I thought the cinematography by Matthew Leboutique, who is the cinematographer for most Darren Aronofsky films, is just beautifully at the helm of this amazing film, a behemoth. And again, this draws parallels to the novel Moby Dick. And where I found that the emotional drive for this is the story of Moby Dick, it draws parallels. And there are these emotional beats that are so poignant, so strong, and this film definitely obliterated me. It draws parallels to the best film that I thought that no one saw, Swan Song, last year, and this has become one of my favorite films of this year. Say what you will, I do get its concerns, and I do get its reservations and people's problems with it, but they are so minuscule to me, and I don't see it that way. I don't see it in that light. I thought this was deeply enthralling, one of the most emotional I've ever been in the theaters, and I was a little embarrassed because I was crying in pockets of this film, and I could not even fight the urge of bawling because this film obliterated me right at the end credits, to the point where I really had to pick myself up off the floor, wipe away the tears, because it just drives it home at the end, especially between Brendan Fraser and Sadie Sink. I think that the two worked well. Say what you will about Ty Simpkins and Sadie Sink's dynamic. Wasn't really there for that, although Sadie Sink does something for Ty Simpkins' character that is basically a turnaround and inadvertently does help him. And again, a lot of criticisms for Sadie Sink's character is that she's abhorrent, very hateful, is a very flawed person. Everybody's flawed in this film, everybody, and that's the point of The Whale. I think that this is a film about hurt, about depression, about getting over loss, and it goes to Charlie's problem, his vices, is eating. And another thing that I had problems with are people saying that they were laughing at a certain scene where he goes in a rage after suffering from depression. He is constantly eating. He goes through his kitchen and just eats, tears through his drawers, his pantry, and he's eating everything in sight, slices by the double and just taking bites. It's talking about addiction. And I felt like this film was an amalgam of everything Darren Aronofsky has done up until this point. You see glimpses of Requiem for a Dream. You see glimpses of The Wrestler. You see glimpses of even Mother and Noah, all more of his biblical stuff, because there is religion in this film as well. This has been an amalgam of Darren Aronofsky's work, and I can't believe that it's being sold short. This film is important, and as a father, I want to do better. I want to do better as a human being. This really got to me because I have a daughter as well, and the relationship between Brendan Fraser and Sadie Sink just really broke me. And I really do feel for Charlie, even though he can't help himself because he's his own worst enemy. He can get help. He refuses to do so, just like an addict would. So, again, about deeply flawed people, but because they are at a point of no return, this is the end result. And the fact that Darren Aronofsky can bring it, being emotionally involved and enthralling, and it's just a masterwork of art, cinematography, just the way it's shot. I think this is Darren Aronofsky's magnum opus. I think this is probably his best film. Fight me if you will. Rick Grimm was great. The Wrestler was great. Black Swan, amazing. Some say that's his best. I certainly feel that way. But The Whale, to me, at this point, at this juncture, at this moment that I'm giving you this review, is definitely one of his strongest films to date and one of the best films of 2022. Mann Cinema Reviews has no qualms in giving The Whale a sterling, full-fledged 5-star review. Now, tell me, what did you think? Let me know in your comments down below. Fight me, let's go. I play nice. I really want to know what you thought about this film, and be looking forward to more reviews and our wrap-up at the end of this year. Thank you very much for tuning in to Mann Cinema Reviews. We'll see you on the next one.